Friday's episode of General Hospital is said to be an emotional masterpiece as the city of Port Charles comes together to remember one of its most unforgettable figures, Luke Spencer. Grief weaves through the streets, the halls of homes, and the hearts of those left behind, touching everyone in its quiet, relentless way. At the center of this storm of memory and sorrow is Lulu Spencer, finally confronting the father she lost while she was comatose. The episode opens with a small, intimate discovery. Lulu finds one of Luke's old photographs. Her fingers trace the familiar edges, and memories come rushing back. The mischievous glint in his eyes, the warmth of his embrace, the steady presence that made everything feel safe. In that moment, the absence of a proper goodbye hits her like a wave. Tears fill her eyes as she whispers to herself, longing for closure she never had, wishing she could have shared even one more laugh or hug with him. Into this tender, raw moment steps Tracy Quatermain, whose elegance and determination now carry unexpected tenderness. Tracy takes it upon herself to guide Lulu through her grief, gently escorting her down memory lane. Together, they revisit the chaos, humor, and love that defined Lou, reliving moments that were uniquely his and shared with all of Port Charles. Tracy's voice, firm yet kind, becomes a lifeline, helping Lulu face her sorrow without being consumed by it. The story unfolds like a cinematic tapestry. Residents of Port Charles who shared a bond with Luke gather in small, intimate settings. Glasses are raised, stories are told, laughter mingles with tears, and for a fleeting moment, Luke's presence feels almost tangible. It's a warm, luminous celebration of a man whose life touched so many, the kind of man whose absence leaves a space that nothing can truly fill. Meanwhile, Laura Spencer carries her own quiet grief. She has had more time to process Luke's loss, but time doesn't make pain any less profound. Luca reflects on the moments she shared with him, the love that never faded, the strength that still flows from his memory. Her tears fall freely as she acknowledges the ways she continues to feel Luke reaching out to her, his humor, his wisdom, his unwavering love. Even in death, his presence continues to fortify her, shaping the woman she is today. Tracy orchestrates the day's remembrance, ensuring that everyone who mattered to Luke is present, including Sonny Corinthos, who may not be Tracy's favorite person but sets aside all tensions for this tribute. Sonny shares a heartfelt conversation with Carly Spencer, admitting that Luke felt more like a brother than a friend. Carly responds with warmth, hoping that Luke is enjoying a heavenly reunion with Bobby Spencer and acknowledging the joy he brought into their lives. The emotional climax of the episode takes place on the pier under the gentle glow of remembrance lanterns drifting across the harbor. Lulu, guided by family and friends, finally allows herself to let go, not of her father's memory, but of the pain of never saying goodbye. Each lantern, lit by those who loved him, floats into the night as a tribute to Luke's enduring spirit. Standing there together, Lulu, Tracy, Laura, Sonny, Carly, and Elizabeth Baldwin, they share a profound moment of connection. Silence, grief, love, and memory intermingle in a scene that feels like it could last forever. Lulu's heart swells as she remembers Luke's humor, his stubbornness, his fierce love. She whispers goodbye, finally releasing the grief she carried for so long, sending her love into the harbor with the lanterns. Laura steps close, her hand on Lulu's shoulder, her voice soft yet unwavering. He's still with us in every memory, in every choice we make. He never really left us, Lulu. Never. It's a quiet revelation, a pause filled with cinematic weight where grief meets solace and love finds its way through the ache. Tracy moves among the gathered friends and family, making sure each person who loved Luke feels included. Even Sonny's usually guarded demeanor softens as he watches the lanterns rise with a newfound reverence. Carly's voice drifts on the night air, soft, reflective. I hope he's laughing up there with Bobby. Sonny nods, the faintest smile breaking through the gravity of the moment. Elizabeth Baldwin observes quietly, her own memories reflected in her eyes, the corners of her lips curling into bittersweet smiles. As the camera would linger on the pier, the harbor, and finally the floating lanterns, the scene serves as a poetic reminder: grief is a bridge connecting hearts across space and time. The episode doesn't just tell a story of loss, it celebrates love, resilience, and the enduring power of human connection. Every glance, every gesture, every tear and laugh becomes a tribute to Luke Spencer, a character whose impact resonates far beyond his time on screen. Friday's episode is more than television, it's a cinematic journey through memory and mourning, a tribute to the late Anthony Geary and the legacy of Luke Spencer. For viewers, it's a chance to honor a man whose laughter, love, and spirit live on in every heart he touched. As the lanterns drift upward, Port Charles pauses, united in love, remembrance, and gratitude. Luke may have left this world, but his spirit and the joy he brought to so many will forever illuminate the lives he left behind. Friday's episode of General Hospital brings Port Charles to a standstill as the city pauses to remember a legend, Luke Spencer. Grief hangs in the air, quiet but heavy, touching every street and every heart. And at the center of it all is Lulu Spencer, finally confronting the father she lost while she was still in a coma. It begins with something small, almost fragile, a photograph. One glimpse and memories rush back. The mischievous smile, the warmth, the steady presence of a man who shaped her world. And with it comes the ache of a goodbye she never had. Tears threaten to fall as Lulu whispers into the silence, longing for the closure that was denied her. Into this quiet moment steps Tracy Quartermain. Today, she is not just a matriarch or a powerhouse, she is a guide leading Lulu down memory lane. Together, they revisit the laughter, the chaos, and the love that made Luke unforgettable. Tracy's voice becomes a lifeline, steady and reassuring as Lulu navigates the storm of grief. Port Charles remembers him in every corner, to friends, to family, to those who knew him as more than just a friend. Luke's life ripples through every story, every toast, every shared laugh and tear. For a moment, his presence feels almost tangible. Laura Spencer carries her own sorrow. She's had time to process Luke's passing, yet the ache remains. She recalls the love, the guidance, and the moments that death cannot erase. In her tears, we see a love that persists beyond absence, a connection that strengthens her every day. Tracy orchestrates the gathering, ensuring that everyone who mattered to Luke is there. Even Sonny Corinthos, who sets aside all tension to honor a man who was more brother than friend. Sonny shares a quiet moment with Carly Spencer, reflecting on their shared love and memories. Carly offers a gentle hope that Luke is laughing with Bobby Spencer somewhere above, a sentiment Sonny silently acknowledges. The day reaches its emotional climax on the pier. Lulu, supported by family and friends, finally lets go, not of her father, but of the pain of never saying goodbye. Each lantern released carries love, grief, and hope into the night, illuminating the water and the hearts of those gathered. She remembers his humor, his stubbornness, his unwavering love. She whispers her final goodbye, setting her grief free into the harbor. Laura stands beside her, a hand on her shoulder, reminding her that Luke lives on in memory, in every choice, and in every heartbeat. Even Tracy, Sonny, Carly, and Elizabeth Baldwin find quiet ways to honor Luke, their laughter and tears mingling in a shared moment of reverence. The floating lanterns become a symbol, a reminder that even in loss there is beauty, even in sorrow there is connection, and even in death a life's impact resonates. Friday's General Hospital is more than an episode. It's a tribute to the late Anthony Geary and the iconic Luke Spencer. A cinematic journey through grief, love, and remembrance. For the people of Port Charles and for all of us, Luke may have left this world, but his spirit, his laughter, and his love will light hearts forever.